I, F30, met my BF's M27 other girlfriend at the hospital. Had no idea she existed before today.
My boyfriend was involved in an accident last night. Only got to know about it a few hours later, and he was sketchy about the hospital he was in. Fortunately or unfortunately, we stay in a small town, so I quickly figured out where he was. Went to see him at the hospital. He was inside with his brothers and friends. There was a girl sitting outside her room who kept measuring me up. BF was about to be transferred to another hospital for surgery, and as we were walking out, the girl made a point to introduce herself. Out of shock, I just said I'm his friend, but I could see she suspected. She got into the car with the brothers and they followed the ambulance. I just drove home. Didn't talk to the BF as he was unconscious when they wheeled him out.
Thinking of just blocking him on everything, but I also feel bad. Should I not check up on him after surgery? I'm just heartbroken and confused. What would you guys do? I mean, if he had another girlfriend, I think that overrides the need for you to check on him. He's looked after better than he deserves. Ghosting him would be best. You know all you need to know for that. I'm sorry you're going through this.
Block and move on.
Did she introduce herself as his GF or just her name? Like, do you know it's another GF? How long have you two dated? Did the brothers know about you? If you two weren't exclusive, that's one thing. But if you were? Yeah, I'd just walk away from this one.
Wait, I'm confused. Did she introduce herself as his GF? Why would you introduce yourself as his friend? And finally, how long have you been dating? Either way, I would be honest with this girl and dump the jerk.
Sounds like you are the side chick. Move on.
So this dude made you his side piece, and you're here asking us what to do? Block him, his family, his friends, go to therapy because you seem to have some stuff to work on, and go be happy. Be glad you found out now and not in 12 years.
Cut anyone out of your life who tries to make you a side chick. Find her and tell her who you are, and then confront him about it because you deserve an apology.
I'm so sorry you're going through this, it sucks. I found out recently that my ex cheated on me for the last 3 months of our relationship with his other girlfriend. He dumped me to work on his mental health, but turns out he just wanted to full-time focus on his side chick. Men like that aren't worth the time. Send him a text explaining your feelings about the situation, maybe if you'd feel totally bad about just ghosting. But remember, he's made the conscious choice to hurt and betray you, and if you not checking up on him post-op hurts him, it damn well serves him right. Hope this helps, and I promise you'll move on and eventually find someone loyal and amazing who actually deserves you. Black heart.
I would have told her the truth. I'd message his phone. I hope you make a full recovery. But do not contact me anymore. You can imagine my surprise as your girlfriend meeting your other girl at the hospital. This is the sort of behavior I expect from a teenage boy. Not a grown man pushing 30. Take care. Quote. Then I'd either go back to the hospital in hopes of seeing her or search for her online and message her. Say you didn't say anything because you were in such shock and worried about his name, that it didn't hit you until you go home. Then send her any proof, i.e. pictures, texts, etc.
Tell her before she wastes her time taking care of him.
I'd send him a bouquet of dead flowers. I would block him and move on. If she got in the car with the brothers, then I assume they know about her all along. So the BF is a dick, and so is the family. My advice is block and move on. No man or family that is willing to help in that find of lie is worth it. Block him and never speak to him again. Right move, definitely. I understand you feel bad because he's somebody you care about and he's been hurt. But I would absolutely move on. No need to say a thing. If there are things of his at your place, go drop them off at his house or with a brother or something, and move on. In my opinion, he forfeited any care he might have gotten from you by two-timing you. Have his brothers reached out to let you know how he is? She's not the other GF. You're the side chick. Block and move on with your life. This story makes zero sense and sounds incredibly fake. Let's recap. Your BF calls and says he has been in an accident. You go to the hospital in your small town. Your BF is now unconscious. There's a gaggle of people in his room. His GF is in the hall outside the room. Rather than with her unconscious BF, you are allowed to visit your now unconscious BF. On the way out, his GF introduces herself as Jane, X's GF. Your unconscious BF is now being transferred to another hospital for surgery. BF calls and says he has been in an accident. Okay, that believable. You go and figure out his hospital, unit, and room. This is not believable. Hospitals won't give out patients' wing or unit numbers unless you are a spouse or immediate family. They won't let people just walk around the ICU wing looking for people either. Your BF was conscious when he called you, is now unconscious, but had a bunch of visitors. This is not believable. If your BF was suddenly unconscious either from illness or medical sedation, he would be in an acute unit or back down in the ER. Those strictly limit the number of visitors and definitely don't allow groups of people in the hall. The GF was in the hall. This is not believable. If he was unconscious, she would be with him. Plus, hospitals don't let people sit in hallways. You have to sit in the patient room or little waiting room. Hallways have to be maintained for patient transport and emergency exit. The GF introduced herself as GF. This isn't believable. She would either confront you or not. Like she would just sit there while you hold his hand and say you love him? She'd freeze or flip out. Not some weird half-assed thing. Your unconscious BF was being transferred to another hospital for surgery. Again, this doesn't make sense. If he suddenly fell unconscious and was being whisked off for trauma surgery, there wouldn't be a bunch of people hanging around visiting. Likewise, if he was sedated for medical reasons, he would either be whisked off or he would stay in the original hospital until he was stable enough to not be sedated. Rage bait fan fiction. You did the right thing by not also introducing yourself as his GF. Wait until he's out of the hospital to reach out if you want. You deserve closure. His girlfriend deserves to know at some point too.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.